Thank you. It's a real honour to come here today to Finland, and thank you for hosting us, Hilka. It's a really important topic, and it's so wonderful to see all of you here. And thank you to Roberta and Lape for making it happen, and to Leah, who's the Iron Lady, who really gets everyone to come here. So thank you very much. We've had a slight translation. Oh, sorry. We've had a slight translation issue, but I'm hoping it's fixed. So I didn't actually understand much, but I will look at the video. But thank you very much. This is the second conference on Foundation for the Future, which seeks to question the foundations we are laying for our children. Are we meeting their needs? Not just physically and materially, but emotionally and spiritually, as human beings. And does public policy align with their needs? The European Federation of Parents and Carers at Home is a body of different groups around Europe, mostly led by mothers, who feel that we are missing something vitally important from public debate and public policy on children, and particularly on raising children. Policy concerning children appears to be driven by economic motives, getting mothers into the labour force, growing GDP, without consideration for what children actually need, and disregarding the work that mainly mothers, but also fathers, do raising their children. We're missing the value of care. And what is the effect on family life and on our children? We're universally seeing a rise in mental health problems amongst our children, a rise in anxiety, in depression, in self-harm, and behavioural disorders at younger and younger ages. We're medicating for them, but we're not getting to the root of the problem. We're also seeing a rise in sickness levels and stress levels amongst mothers, and we also face a fertility problem. Many young women don't want to have children, or they're leaving it too late, so that they can't have the children that they want. So today we've come together to shine a light on these problems. So how can we tackle them at the root? I'd like to start with the realm of ideas and the stories we tell ourselves. In our campaigning work, we've come across three disturbing trends. A negative narrative around raising children and caring for children, a growing distrust of parents and devaluing the role of the parent, and a lack of understanding or even interest from our leaders on the impact that childcare policies are having on our children. Ideas are very powerful. They govern the way we see the world and the way we behave. So what are the ideas that govern us in relation to the family? And here's the first one. This is in one of the UK newspapers. It's the idea that care is a burden. And you can see here that the mother is dragged down by a heavy weight, and she's got a child on her back, and it's burdensome. It's mostly done by women who don't want to do it. It's holding them back, and it's destroying our careers. Now, I'm not saying that there are not elements of truth in it, but listen to the sound that we're putting out. What's this saying to our children? And what's it saying to young mothers or young women who are thinking about motherhood? If you go to the second slide, how do I do that? No. Oh, no. There. So again, very similar, negative ideas about having children destroys our careers. I was devastated to have to look after my children because I had no choice but to stay at home to look after them. What are the messages that we're sending out? And in the middle, we have, it's an unhappy Mother's Day because fathers are earning more. But when did it become a competition between mums and dads? Are we not a unit together that at some point one helps the other, and then at another point we may change roles? That the role at home is equally important, it's just not valued. So these are the kind of messages I'd like to really shine a light on. And I think it's also saying that our value as a mother is only found in our contribution to the economy. Economic activity seems to be the only measure that counts in our society. The value of mothering, fathering, or caring for our family counts as nothing. What does that tell us about the way we define success, ambition, well-being? We do not measure the happiness of our children, the strength of our relationships, our compassion, our wisdom. Our metric value is a growth of GDP, which measures everything except that which makes life worthwhile. We're seeing a growing distrust of parents and devaluing their role. Increasingly, I hear, you can't monitor parents, and therefore it's a safeguarding issue. Children need to be in nurseries. The professional is better because they've been trained in child development. But doesn't that undermine the confidence of parents who have the primary role in raising their children? And then you hear that children need formal education from babies and socializing with their peers. But where is the evidence for this? Children don't really socialize until they're about 3 years of age. So when these ideas govern the way we think of children and the family, then our family policies reflect these ideas and the problems we think we have. Care is a burden, so we need others to do it. We need the state to pay for it. We need to grow the economy. Mothers are economically inactive in the home. This is a problem that needs fixing. We need to get them back into the labour market. Therefore, we need childcare. So we separate mothers from their children. And we set up targets to make sure mothers are not out of the workplace for too long. So we have the Barcelona targets set up to ensure that 45% of our 0 to 3-year-olds are in formal childcare, and over 96% of our over 3-year-olds are in childcare by 2030. This is a labour market policy. It's not a child well-being policy. And countries seem to be competing with each other to see how they're going to meet these targets. But where is the evidence that this is good for our children? Whenever we've questioned academics or ministers, they have no answer to these questions. There is no evidence. So how do we get a different policy? I think it starts with a different narrative, a new set of governing ideas. And this is the one I like. Children are a blessing. Raising children is a joy. Mothering and fathering is of great value to children and to society. The real work of raising children is at a subtle and emotional level. The first years are the most formative. Babies need love, not education, and the cognitive stuff happens later. Like a young plant which needs protection before you put it out to the elements, a baby needs nurture, protection, to help them regulate their emotions and grow in resilience before being exposed to the stresses of the world. Children learn more by imitation and example in these early years, and they are shaped by their environment. What we're doing in those early years is raising human beings, and it's the being part that is so important and being neglected. Care and love is critical in forming the foundation of being, and we need to understand our value, and we need the economic freedom to be able to give our children our presence. Thank you.